everybody, and welcome back to another Spirit Hunters Infinite Horde video. This is on the second patch with many fixes, many changes, many improvements, and some downgrades. So starting off, we do have a currency exchange to get those ever-elusive Ember cores. We can now trade our runes and our crystals for these Ember cores. I would definitely suggest doing this if an Ember core is blocking your way, or if you really want a specific thing, such as a damage increase or a damage reduction. It is huge to do this Ember core process. So even if you will miss out on some runes later on when you want to upgrade, say, the Scythe, but you need the cores to unlock the Scythe, you know, it's a good investment to do. It also will allow you to keep progressing down a path that you may not be ready for in Heroic. So it allows you to get some of that Hero currency earlier than you need it, or were able to farm it. Ability upgrades, there are some buffs, there are some fixes, there are some nerfs. Womp womp. And we have Spear Crit. More crit, more good. Spear Crit is amazing. It does about 20%, or 30% even, fully leveled up. So that's going to be a huge benefit for the spear. The bone shot stun was not working if it was hitting more than one enemy, so this is going to fix that, giving its utility back on even its explosions, which is fantastic. Conrad gets a synergy bonus of size, which is nice to have. And then there is a huge vine buff. Oh, this vine buff is amazing. Instead of it being random, it will now target the closest enemy to you. By it targeting the closest enemy to you, you can control where it goes and make sure it kills what you want it to kill, or slow, depending. The Grand Hex damage is being whoppingly increased by 7. It's going from 5 to 12. At max level, it's going from 18 to 25, and instead of +4 at max level, it's actually +6 at max level. It is going to be a monster of a damage weapon, and it has a 100% chance to stun enemies that still get hit. It is the largest damage weapon in the game, and hopefully the crit will be fixed for higher levels. I have not yet tested this. The arrow and bone shot cooldown reduction has been reduced. No more broken bone, no more broken arrow. However, they're not terrible. They've sort of fell into their own niches at this point. The bone shot, instead of starting at 0.95, is starting at 1.1 at max level and goes down to 0.1. So it's still 10 shots a second, which is quite good. And the stun has been fixed. The arrow, however, still starts at 1.2 seconds, but instead of getting a -0.15, it is getting a -0.1. So it's going to 0.2. So it's firing 5 times a second. Not bad. Not bad. It is a hybrid weapon now, I would say. It is good for bosses. It is good for wave clear. It is not necessarily the best at either anymore. It's sort of the all-arounder. One thing to note for both of these weapons is how Maxine interacts with them. She gains 3 ranks when you pick this as her starting weapon. It does not have a % increase, so it's effectively 3 levels that you gain, which is nice. I would say probably her weakest combinations, though. Just as a comparison, if you pick Grand Hex, she starts with 5 ranks, which is effectively 5 levels. So definitely weaker if you choose this. The % increases do affect the final value, so a % increase is significantly better, but I believe the devs are moving away from the % increases for her. Moving along, we have Cleave as OP. It is. It's the best, and they're going to address this in the near future with some big and exciting changes to all abilities. So, is Cleave going to get nerfed? Probably, to some degree, I would guess. Now, the alternative are other things going to get buffed to make Cleave seem tame. I don't think it's possible to buff too many things to take away what Cleave is right now. So, I do believe a nerf to Cleave is coming, but I think other buffs to weapons will be coming too, to even out the playing field. We have some bugs. Bugs are they're bugs. There's bugs all over the place. There's typos. There's images that were wrong, reroll buttons that were getting locked, all sorts of little things here and there that may have affected your game in one way or another. And they are now proper. Crit damage colored, so nothing too crazy other than smoothing out the gameplay. However, towards the bottom of the bug list is this, which actually is gameplay. We have Red Reapers no longer spawn forever. This was an enemy in the Graveyard Hard mode, if you have not yet been there, and they are Red Reapers instead of the tealish Reapers that appear, and they would die, and about maybe 2 seconds later, respawn for the entire map through the boss, and you would get to 50 or 100 of them, maybe even. There were tons and tons and tons of Reapers by the end of the run. That will no longer happen. You can no longer farm them for experience if you had that option. Now they have 3 lives. The first one spawns as a tiny Reaper. On death, it becomes bigger and faster. And then a third one will spawn bigger and faster, and then it is gone forever. So that is a very welcome change just for the map itself. It allows you to feel more welcome walking around, because with an army of Reapers behind you, you would never want to move too far without taking care of it. Some audio fixes and a flashing fix. So there is a boss flash photosensitive mode now. I will be using that from now on for anybody that does watch and have photosensitivity. And again, some more graphical glitches and things like that. One other glitch note is there were some missing environment colliders, so you could hide in a house and be virtually immune to anything that did not pass through the house directly. So you can no longer do that, which is a fantastic glitch. You don't, a little cheaty there, and hey, nothing wrong with that from time to time. It is a single-player game, so do what you will. We have some balance fixes. There are some very nice things in here, I believe. So again, less grindy are the first 2 points. There are some costs that reduce the actual cost of things. There are some reduction in the amount of things you need to kill to unlock things, which is fantastic. Rebalancing in the Ember core drop rate, instead of getting around 60 to 80, if you are doing a max level high run of these Ember cores, you will be getting somewhere between 40 to 50, but you'll be getting much more other currency that you can exchange for these Ember cores. So that is how that is rebalanced. It is not a huge negative. I think you get a little bit less on average, but it's not the end of the world, because you're getting so many of the other currencies that you need just as much, if not more. Towards the end, at least. There's some enemy adjustments to make it easier on normal mode, which is nice to get you up to those harder modes. And then in the hard modes, there are spawns added to the Hinterlands, Dark Forest, and Spine Dunes. This is a very welcome change because the main desert level 1 hard mode had the most amount of bosses. That was your best bet to farm because that had more bosses, more chests, more loot, more progression. So having them sort of balance out is going to be amazing. And yeah, I am thrilled by being able to choose whatever I want, especially Spine Dunes, which has the best currency exchange rate. I found the desert mode was the best, and then Spine Dunes was the best later on because I needed the blue runes more than anything else. So we get some easier kill gates because there are more bosses, which is great for the boss kill gates. And then there's some balance changes, so which is nice. Can't go wrong with some more balancing. Huge upgrade for Hoodoo and dot builds. Going from 1 damage increase, 1 damage increase, 1 damage increase for a total of 3, to 3 damage increase, 3 damage increase, 4 damage increase to a total of 10 for dots is incredible. I mean, level 1 is already equal to a level 3 Hoodoo. It is phenomenal. I will be trying another dot run in which I try to get the Hoodoo pet to at least level 2, possibly level 3. I find it quite intriguing to see how it goes. I know the orbital fire as it was, the dot ticks so fast, it's amazing, and I'm looking to try that again. We have some new mini-bosses. Each of them is named. They look pretty cool. And each of them may or may not have a chance to summon the Moon Mummy, who is both amazing for an extra chest, and also the worst because he comes out when you least expect him, and you kill a boss and say, great, I'm going to start looting this chest. Why am I getting hit? Oh my god, it hurts. Why did I just die? So the Moon Mummy, the biggest blessing and curse I think out there. I am a huge fan of the Moon Mummy, and he is gaining a 10 hit point buff. They are doing some prep work for some future patches, so kudos to them. They are doing amazing. They're keeping up with feedback, and yeah, this is fantastic. I am thrilled with the patch as it is, and looking forward to what they do next. Thank you very much, and happy hunting.